This is problem 12.39 on page 370. You are going to be assigned 12.40 on page 370. And so these are very similar, so this will show you kind of how you get started on that. So I need you to remember that molarity, which is this capitalized underlined M, equals moles per liter, and that's moles of solute per liter of solution, not per liter of water, right? We're not adding a liter of water. We're adding enough water to make a liter of solution, or whatever the volume needs to be for that particular case. So let's look at number A. It says, first of all, it says calculate the molarity of each of the following. And letter A is 2 moles of glucose in 4 liters of glucose solution. So this is very simple. This is a molarity equals moles over liters. So we got 2 moles of glucose in 4 liters of solution. So what is the molarity? Well, 2 moles per 4 liters would be 1 mole per 2 liters, which would be 0.5 moles per liter, or 0.5 molar. I need you to see these two things as identical. When you see this, you should be thinking that. When you see this, think this. Okay? So letter B, we got 4 grams of KOH in 2 liters of KOH solution, which we don't have moles, we have grams. So the first thing we're going to have to do is turn those grams into moles. We're going to need the molar mass for that, which I've already calculated to be 56.11 grams per mole. So I'm going to take my 4 grams of KOH times 1 mole KOH is 56.11 grams of KOH. Grams of KOH, this is kind of like stoichiometry, right? It's a step in stoichiometry. It's not stoichiometry, but it is a step in stoichiometry. So it is very familiar to you. 56.11. 4 divided by 56.11, I get 0.07128854036 moles. And we're putting that in 2 liters of solution, so we'll divide that by 2 liters. And let's let this whole thing, since everything, this was 3 digits, this was 4, this is 3 digits, so let's go with whichever is the least, which would be 3. So we want to round our answer to 3 digits. The calculator says 0.035644270184. I'm going to call that 0.0356 moles per liter. And that is 3 digits. Those first zeros do not count. They've got to be there. They are holding their place, but they're not counted as significant in terms of the measurement goes. So 0.0356 moles per liter. Remember, this is moles per liter. Make them interchangeable in your brain, please. Quicker the better. Okay, letter C. We have 5.85 grams of NaCl and 400 milliliters of solution. Now the 400 milliliters, that is not liters. We're going to make that into liters. So 400 milliliters times 1 liter over 1,000 milliliters. So that's going to be 0.4 liters. We've got 5.85 grams, which is not moles. So we're going to have to take our 5.85 grams times 1 mole, 58.44 grams. Now, we can just do this all in one step if you want. See, those grams are canceling. We've got moles of NaCl. Moles of NaCl. We just need that to be divided by liters. So we're going to use that number, but it's got to be on the bottom. So 0.4 liters. We can do that because we're dividing by the 0.4. And to make it divided by, remember, it goes on the bottom. You multiply on top, you divide on the bottom. So 5.85 divided by 58.44. That's pretty close to a tenth. And we're going to divide that by 0.4. And I'm getting 0.25 moles per liter. So that's the way you do problem 1239. So 1240 will be very similar to that. And you should be able to do that now. I'll have another video in a minute.